دشمنان افغانستان هستند. این پاکستان است.
Here is why Pakistan should take over the Wakhan Corridor. For decades, Afghanistan has perpetuated a narrative of victimhood regarding the Durand Line. It claims Pakistan owes its territory, recognition, and reparations for historical grievances. But let's get real. The Afghan argument doesn't hold up under scrutiny. In this response, I'll explain why the Durand Line doesn't matter to Pakistan, why Afghanistan's case is weak, and why Pakistan should be unapologetically assertive, even extending its influence into the Wakhan Corridor. The Durand Line was agreed upon in 1893 by British India and Amir Abdul Rahman Khan of Afghanistan. That agreement still stands. It's recognized internationally and serves as the legitimate border between the two nations. Afghanistan's refusal to acknowledge it is driven by a misplaced sense of nationalist pride rather than any legal or historical validity. By clinging to this outdated grievance, Afghanistan is distracting itself from its real problems: economic collapse, tribal divisions, and the Taliban's ongoing failure to govern effectively. Pakistan has no obligation to indulge these revisionist claims. We have a right to defend our sovereignty and borders without apology. Afghanistan accuses Pakistan of interference, yet its soil has been a safe haven for militants attacking Pakistan for years. Groups like the TTP operate freely in Afghan territory, targeting our citizens and soldiers. When Pakistan retaliates to protect its security, Kabul cries foul. The Afghan narrative of resistance against Pakistan is nothing more than a cover for their internal failures. Their refusal to recognize the Durand Line has nothing to do with justice or unity. It's a tool used to distract their people from the ethnic divisions and incompetence of their own leadership. Now let's talk about the Wakhan Corridor, a sliver of land that links Afghanistan to China and separates Pakistan from Tajikistan. It's time for Pakistan to stop playing nice. The corridor holds immense strategic value, giving Pakistan direct access to Central Asia and furthering our economic and security interests. Afghanistan has done nothing to secure or utilize this region. Its neglect has left it vulnerable to militancy and smuggling. Why should Pakistan continue to tolerate instability on its border when it has the capability to secure and develop that vital region? Taking control of the Wakhan Corridor is not an act of aggression. It's a necessity for regional stability. Afghanistan's refusal to recognize the Durand Line and its inability to govern its own borders shouldn't bind Pakistan's hands.
Do you accept the Durand Line as an international border between you and Pakistan?
No, it is not called border. It is called the Durand Line. So that's enough to say what is its status.
We have endured decades of misplaced blame and hostility from our neighbor. It's time to be blunt. Pakistan's interests come first. If the Wakhan Corridor serves those interests, we should pursue it without hesitation. Afghanistan has failed to make a compelling case against the Durand Line and is in no position to challenge Pakistan's sovereignty. Pakistan's priority should be securing its borders, developing its economy, and ensuring regional stability, not indulging a weak Afghan narrative. The time for diplomacy and patience is over. Pakistan must act in its best interests, secure its borders, and leverage its strategic position in the region. The Durand Line doesn't define Pakistan's strength, and neither does Afghanistan's refusal to acknowledge reality. Let's focus on what matters: Pakistan's security, stability, and rightful place as a regional leader. The Wakhan Corridor. It's ours to take.